topic of discussion for today is the Internet of Things. And today we have Kajen Subramoney here, who will be taking us through this discussion. So Kajen, what is the Internet of Things and what impact does it have on forensic technology and investigations?
Okay. So the Internet of Things is a development in the Internet where everyday objects such as devices, vehicles, buildings are now connected with sensors, other electronics, and network connectivity. All these things enable these objects to collect and exchange data. It represents a fundamental change in the way our world interacts with the Internet. With the endless possibilities this brings, there are new and exciting challenges in the way we can analyze and collect this data. But if there's one thing that might prevent the Internet of Things from changing the way we use it, it's security challenges that we might be faced with.
Can you take us through the anatomy of a typical IoT attack?
Okay, so at a recent conference, so the 2015 RSA conference last year, hackers demonstrated at the conference how to get access to a power plant by means of using the Internet of Things. What they did was they used social engineering and some of the hacking software to gain access to a smart oven in an employee's home, an employee of the power plant. By means of accessing that smart oven, they were able to then access the Wi-Fi routes, the Wi-Fi domain of that employee's home network. Once they got access to the Wi-Fi domain, they were then able to get access to the devices that were sitting on that, including the employee's work mobile laptop. Once they got in there, they were able to get the credentials from that laptop, including administrative credentials for the power plant network. With that kind of access, administrative privileges on the power plant's network, they could cause catastrophic damage.
Very interesting. So that brings me to my next question, which is what are the considerations around IoT type investigations?
It represents a significant shift in how we interact with data. The volume of information collected provides great opportunities. However, a lot of this information may be located outside data centers, sitting in the cloud, sitting at fourth or third parties, or even on mobile devices of employees of clients. A standardized platform needs to be developed to ensure the maximum security of the IoT network. Cognizance needs to be taken of what data is critical in this infrastructure and how that data can be collected and adequately protected. Containing an IoT breach is quite challenging. A forensic specialist needs to know that evidence can no longer be restricted to just a computer. Evidence can also sit in things such as information identity management systems, on fridges, on smartphones, in a vehicle. The GPS systems on a car can tell you so much about where that vehicle has been, where the individual's been. We need to understand all these things. One of the major challenges I think that we need to consider in the development of IoT technology is that with the vast variety of systems used, organizations need to consider which are most critical and understand the structures that are in place to protect and deal with challenges when those critical infrastructure pieces are attacked.
Very interesting. So tell me, what impact will the IoT have in our foreseeable future?
Well, there's some really interesting statistics that we can go through. 92% of IoT users are concerned about security. This is according to a recent KPMG survey that we performed. The estimated cost of cyber crimes globally each year is around $445 million. Right? It's a really big number and something we need to be cognizant of. It's a number which, when you connect it to the IoT world, can exponentially increase because of the number of IoT devices. You may be wondering, what is the number of IoT devices? Let's just take wearables, things such as Apple Watches and Fitbit devices and Jawbones and so forth. There's approximately 173 million of these devices estimated to be owned by 2019. That's an increase of 100 million from 2015.
Wow.
So 2015, 73 million and 173 million in 2019. It's significant. Maybe 1.9 billion, 2 billion homes in our world will be smart homes by 2020. Smart homes then bring great risks in with smart ovens, smart fridges, smart TVs. All these devices now produce vulnerabilities in a home if security is not adequately protected.
And how can KPMG help in this new realm of investigation?
It's one of the most exciting domains that we as a firm embark on. So, within forensic technology, we conduct investigations within laptops, clients' environments, networks, and such like. But the Internet of Things is becoming a domain that we investigate as well. So we will be able to examine all these new data sources from things such as smart ovens, smart fridges, smart TVs. Data is data. So data on a TV is very much the same as data on a computer. The key mechanisms deal with getting access to that data, extracting it, and being able to analyze it meaningfully to determine what happened in a specific attack. So Sam, in summary, the Internet of Things produces significant challenges for us. Number one, everyone is getting devices which are connected to the internet today. Smart watches, smart ovens, smart televisions, smart fridges. These devices bring a huge challenge to our investigative world, but also to our world as security professionals and individuals. An organization needs to develop mechanisms to adequately protect themselves against the risks posed by these devices and how to investigate them when an incident or breach happens, which is where we as KPMG get involved. And I think it's a really exciting domain for us to be involved in. It's the way the world is moving forward, and some of the cutting edge techniques that we've developed will help us get to the answers in investigating a smart oven, for example, to find out how a breach occurred.
Thank you very much, Kajen. That was very insightful.
Thanks, Sam.